Hi, my name is Maddie and welcome back to MaddyMakes, a channel where I make stuff. And this week I will be showing you how to screen print this image. Full disclosure, I did use the printing studio that my art school provides, so it'll look a little bit different if you're trying to do it from home / a little bit more challenging, but I'll link some videos down below on people who've made tutorials on how to do this at home with like slightly simpler materials. But I do feel really lucky to have access to a studio space like this that's lets you produce really professional prints, even though this one is not the most professional. But yeah, so if you ever want to learn a bit more about screen printing, follow along, keep watching. Yeah, this was a bit challenging and the process is pretty long, which is why this video is a bit longer than normal. But yeah, follow along if you're interested, and I hope you learn something maybe. I don't know. Okay, awesome. So welcome to voiceover mode once again. Haven't done this in a while, but the first step to any screen print is to draw your image, or in this case, what I'm doing is tracing my image from a piece of paper taped onto the back, onto the screen, and then the next step, which will happen soon, is painting.
Hey, did you get contacts?
No.
Your eyes were black the last time I saw you. And
Yeah, I know. It's the fluorescence.
Now that I'm thinking about Twilight, I consumed another piece of vampire media recently that's very, very good. I would highly recommend it to anyone who likes Twilight vampire media, Halloween stuff, spooky, funny moments. What we do in the shadows. It's so fucking good. I'll insert a little clip somewhere in it.
I would like some of that colorful dust that sparkles.
Glitter?
Yes, get me some glitter.
Whatever for, Master.
I'm going to sprinkle it on my face and on my body, like Twilight. So deliciously macabre. Creepy paper.
It's crepe paper.
Creepy paper.
Crepe paper, Master?
Creepy. Oh, multi-pack.
But I'm just... the representation, the laughs, the funny haha giggles. It's so good. Alright, next step. So what I'm using here is drawing fluid. I'll put a link down below to buying drawing fluid, but I'm just painting it on. The key to this is you don't want like really, really thick layers, otherwise it's going to take forever to dry. But what this does is essentially I'm just painting where I want the screen to be black. Do you have to reckon with the sound of your own breathing? Because I filmed that clip like this with my phone right here, and my face was here. And so I feel like I don't breathe that loud, but in every single clip, I can hear myself breathe. I'm going insane.
Yo, kind of scary.
Yeah, but I have little friends.
I like that.
So
it reminds me of a little worm from Corpse Bride.
that's what I was going
Yeah.
for. There you go.
Nice.
if you only knew the you that we know.
Okay, hello. So I am in the drawing room. So my screen is drying right there. The drawing fluid is gone pretty thick, so I gotta wait a while. But right there is where I am going to flood the screen with screen filler, which is that little orange jar, which just masks all the places we don't want ink to come through. And then we wash away the blue drawing fluid. So the next step is to add screen filler to our screen. So I'm gonna use this trough thing. What you do is you press it, tilt, dry it up, and then off. I'm a little scared. I've never done this myself, but I'm just gonna pour it into here. Okay, fatal mistake, learn from me. Before you put screen filler onto your screen, you have to mix it. And I didn't mix it because I was a little silly. And like I said, it was the first time I was doing it alone without Michael's assistance, the guy who works in the studio. He's really helpful. But yeah, so you have to mix it with a ladle immediately before you actually like coat your screen. Otherwise, with the same issue that I ended up with, in that the screen filler was really transparent and thin and let ink through, and it was a disaster. So don't do that. It looks pretty liquidy, which I'm scared of. Okay, I'm scared. Didn't use even pressure. I think it's good.
It was not, in fact, good.
About this being really wet. So the screen is pretty much ready to be washed out once I make sure this red stuff is really dry. But yeah, pretty exciting. Also, look at how gorgeous the sunset is right now from the print studio. Wow. So here you can kind of see what the mask did. So before I wash it out, all of the parts that are shining through are going to be inked. The drawing fluid was too thin when it went on, and so some of the lines got messed up and I washed them off because they were like so fragile. So I am going to paint them on. See what I mean? Like, you can just touch up until the end of time, but eventually you just gotta be like, you know what, it's good, and I'm happy, and I'm ready for it to be done. Okay, I'm gonna let that chill out. I think I'm done. Okay, cool. There's a bunch of annoying shit about printing that you have to do beforehand. So one of the things is masking off all the areas that you don't want to paint on. So like everything that's yellow will let paint through. So one thing you have to do, it's not great to let your screen touch the glass because you can scratch it. So one thing you have to do is mask off with tape. Just like this. I think it's kind of fucking sloppy. You know what I mean? Probably use paper. I'm not going to be printing for very long. I'm just going to do a couple of passes. So you're going to keep taping off all the areas, making tape loops so you can yank it off. And the areas you don't want paint on, just like this, and do the whole thing. You can totally use newsprint, and honestly I'd recommend using newsprint, but this is just what I like to do. This morning. It was hopefully I didn't get murdered on the way home from campus. Okay, cool. So you need to use a piece of acetate for registration. So my acetate here. like this. It is nice to have something really nicely registered. So I also have my squeegee that just fits the size of my design. You don't want anything too big. It gets like pretty hard to pull. And then the next thing I want to do is grab some ink. So I have my acetate sheet, I have my newsprint, I have my vellum. Yep, that's gonna be great. And then these are called monkey butlers, is what my professor calls them, which is cute. So these are registration tabs. We need to put 2 at the bottom to offset the thickness of our hinges, just like this, which is cool. But they'll also be used to register our paper. I don't think I'm gonna bother with registration today, just because I want to pull a few and then call it a night, because it's pretty spooky here at night. But we're on the acetate, which is good. Cool. So the first thing we're gonna do is flood our screen. Lots of black. And then what I'm gonna do is just, and you want to use quite a bit, but not too much. Fine balance, fine balance. Nice. Okay, just like this. So Monkey Butler holds their stuff for us. I don't even know if you can see this, but yeah, so this is like, you want to get yourself set up, pull through, and then you're gonna lift, and you're gonna push back to flood the screen. Sweet. And it's so cute. Oh my god, okay, I'm actually so happy I stayed. Okay. I think I can just honestly print on vellum. Like, this feels so cute. The only bad part is I'm notorious for getting my prints dirty. And by notorious, I mean just known by me. I piss myself off doing it. Like this. But yeah, so we want to flood the screen so it doesn't dries out. Sweet. I just got it dirty. Cool. I'm gonna pull, guys. And so you want to get the whole thing coated really nicely. Ready? And do double print and push back through. Okay. Ooh, very dirty print. Why is it so dirty? Is it just bleeding? Oh, the mask didn't even work at all. That's so disappointing. Like, totally fix it. I'm gonna pull one through newsprint just to flush it, but whatever. Yeah. Pull one through newsprint. And then I'm gonna shove it back. It's better. I don't know. Still not good though. I love screen printing, but maybe not this much. Okay, that's better. It's not gonna be good because there's like so many dirty ones.
And these are the final prints
Okay,
besties.
awesome. So these are the best prints I got. The best ones I actually got are on newsprint. You can kind of see, once you guys see it, there's like a little spider and a little worm playing a trumpet, which is cute. And then another worm in a party hat. Yeah, the best ones I got were on newsprint, which is this gray paper, but you can kind of see what I mean on where it's starting to get.
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
Printing because
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
The screen filler was too thin. This is the best one I got on newsprint. Ta-da, gorgeous. And then this one was the best I got on accent vellum. And see, there's like, this is when I taped over it that third or second time, just to cover up the background. But not terrible, not great. Yeah, I was kind of screwed over by the screen filler, but that was my own fault. Overall, pretty cool.